'Tis the sea bangs we veer away from, dangerous waters, cold and deadly. There it be that swirls the maelstrom, haunted by the dreadful krakens lurking within its twisting churns. Krakens? Fire sparkled in Elgo's gaze, and his hand dropped to the hilt of his sword. Aye, nodded Eric. Hideous monsters, Prince, all ropey arms and clutching suckers, glaring eyes and a great clawed beak, strength beyond measure. Dragon's mates, they say, added Rurik. Eric scowled thoughtfully. Dragon's mates, aye. 'Tis said among my folk that there are rare times down through the ages dragons gather upon yon land. Eric pointed to a distant mount, just now discernible on the horizon. There be the dragon's roost, last of the Grandfangs. Halfway down its sheer sides fall plumb into the icy sea, but near the top 'tis said that dragons' lairs rattle its sides, and that there are many ledges where lie the lovelorn wimes, awaiting the call of their mates from down in the sea. From that area said that a man can peer down into the maelstrom itself. 'Tis no man I know have ever claimed he stood there and looked, though, and a man would be fool to do so when the drakes are about, for said that the dragons can sense when strangers intrude within their dimenses. Be that as it may, the drakes foregather, waiting now and again, raising great brazen voices to bellow at the sky, and once in a great while it seems they do combat with one another, though 'tis says that for the most part they know who be the strongest, and yield the higher places to them, the most powerful on the topmost ledge, and so on down to the least of them. Why then, spoke up young Raynor, who had been lounging upon nearby rail, Black Cowgolith must sit upon the top highest perch. He would at that, responded Eric. Then would come Ebonscaith, and Scale, and Redclaw, that would be next. Then perhaps Sleeth the Orm, followed by Silverscale. Beyond that is anyone's guess. At the mention of Sleeth's name, Elgo, Rurik, and Raynor glanced at one another, but said nothing, as Eric did not seem to notice. They perched there and bellow, fire drake from sun to sun, cold drake at night, Eric went on, and then the legends say that the dark tide, one by one, the krakens come to their call, the greatest first, the least last, each burning with green glowing demon fire of the deeps, spinning in the great roaring churn of the maelstrom. Eric's voice dropped, and into an awed whisper, and one by one the drakes plunge into that fearsome spin, to be clutched in the grasping embrace of those hideous tentacles, each dragon drawn under by a monstrous mate, lover and lover sucked into the whirling black abyss below, to spawn beyond the light of all knowledge. And later, somehow the drakes return, bursting through the surface, struggling to wing up into the night air, and only the strongest survive. Eric's voice fell silent as each man thought upon his words. At last Raynor spoke. Aye, Captain Eric, and what of the offspring? What is the result of this hideous mating between dragon and kraken? What young do they bear? Eric gestured out over the ocean. Why, sea serpents, lad. Sea drakes and longworms of the oceans. How do you think our folk came by the name Dragonboat, lad? From the sea drake that be now. From up upon the briny depths come great serpents of the vastly deep. They are the children of that vile spawning, the sea drakes. But then, Captain, Raynor looked puzzled, if not but the serpents of the sea are the get of the breeding, whence come the dragons themselves, or the krakens for that matter. Aye, lad, there is the mystery, Eric responded, shrugging his shoulders. 'Tis said by those wise enough to know that both drakes and krakens come from the water serpents. Look, lad, you'd not seen the butterfly and the moth? Aye, each spring they form worms, and worms that eat leaves till their guts fill enough, and then they spin a cocoon, and lo, from that cocoon comes a winged creature, moth or butterfly. 'Tis the same with the sea drakes, though cocoon or no, as to which I cannot say. Still 'tis told that after ages the great sea serpents take themselves into the unlit depths of the vast chasms below the waves. There they undergo a mighty metamorphosis, and just as some caterpillars become butterflies whilst others become moths, well, then too some serpents, the males, they say, become dragons, while the females become krakens, or so the wise say.